Hey Admirals fans, Jaymee Evers here with Voice of the Admirals. Aaron Sims. The Admirals host the Texas Stars this afternoon after coming off a 5-4 shootout loss against the San Antonio Rampage on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was an okay game. The same story for the Admirals, though, struggling in the second period. The Admirals outscored 3-1 in that second period. They need to get pucks deeper. That's the long change, and when you get hemmed in the defensive zone, it gets tough. You try to clear and you get off as quickly as possible, but it hasn't worked so well for the Admirals. They got caught a couple of times. They got burned a couple of times defensively, a turnover here and there, and it ends up in the back of the net, unfortunately. The Admirals need to be better in the second period. First and third, it's been the same old story. The Admirals have been pretty good in the first period and the third period, and then it gets to the skills competition, and it took 5 rounds before somebody finally scored, and it was San Antonio. So Milwaukee lost its first game in a shootout this season, dropping to 6-1. San Antonio won a shootout game. They're 4-0 in the shootout this season. So you get to the skills competition, anything can happen. Positives for the Admirals, they scored on the power play. They now have a power play goal in 5 straight games after having a dearth of success before that. So five straight power play goals and 5 straight games with a power play goal, points in 5 straight games, 4-0-1 in that stretch. So that bodes well for the Admirals against the Texas team here this afternoon that is not very good on the penalty kill.
This afternoon will be the first time this season that these two teams will meet. Last year's season, the Admirals were 3-1 against the Stars.
Yeah, and it seems like historically, outside of the playoff appearance that these teams played against one another in Dean Evason's first season as head coach, that they've been crazy high-scoring games. Last year, the Admirals scored 7 goals in a game. They scored 9 goals in a game. Texas beat Milwaukee 5-2. The other game was a 4-3 contest. So a lot of goals scored in these games. Some wide-open hockey. You look at Texas and a veteran team. They've always been a veteran team led by Travis Morin, who is still their top scorer, 45 points in 50 games this season. Curtis McKenzie is their top goal scorer, but he's out with an injury, so the Admirals will dodge that. I mentioned in the last segment before we moved on to this part that Texas has one of the worst penalty kills in the league. Their power play is in the middle of the pack. You would think it would be a little better. The Admirals rank above them in the power play and on the penalty kill. Landon Bowe and Mike McKenna have been kind of splitting time. Landon Bowe has gotten more appearances lately, so not sure who we will see. Interesting thing is Texas has been off for a week. Last week they were off again for a week before Tucson came to Cedar Park to take on the Stars, and Tucson smoked them. The Texas Stars didn't think that they played hockey until the third period, so it'll be interesting to see with the flight up from Austin to Milwaukee and then being off for a week how Texas comes out, because they're going to need a good start. They're a team that's in 3rd place currently in the Pacific Division. The Admirals are 5th place in the Central Division. Points are at a premium. Both teams need to start accumulating points. This will be a good game today.
Puck drop against the Stars is at 1 o'clock. The first 3,000 fans through the door will be getting a Benjamin Franklin bobblehead thanks to our friends at PCI. If you're not making it down to the game, you can always tune in live to 105.7 FM The Fan or watch live on AHLlive.com. For more information about the Admirals, go to MilwaukeeAdmirals.com.